a fifth-year college student at Sac State, and for the past 5 years, I've been studying business administration and I'm minoring in psychology. So with that being said, is college right for you? Let's get right into it. First things first, I think if you're an entrepreneur, if you're someone who wants to start a business and someone who already has something in mind that you want to do for a career straight out of high school, or even if you're in your low 20s or even high 20s, whatever it is, and you haven't considered a college yet, or if you are considering college, just know that if you're entrepreneurship minded and there is something else that you want to do, everyone in life, everyone around you, everyone, friends, family, teachers, professors, everyone will try to tell you that you shouldn't pursue those things, because the norm in our society is to basically get a 9-to-5 job and to basically work for an organization or a company, and no one really goes to follow their dreams in life, especially at an early age, because of a multitude of reasons, including fear of failure, not knowing how to start, not knowing if it will work out, a lot of uncertainty, just a lot of things. So if you're someone who is already entrepreneurship minded and who already has kind of a feeling of what they want to do, then my advice is to first follow that passion, follow that little thing in your heart that's telling you that you should go for something else, the thing that you actually want to do in life. At the end of the day, college is always going to be there. Going to school, going for a higher degree, taking the safer route, because it really is the safer route, is always going to be there. So you don't really have to stress yourself out over the fact that if you're not going to college right now, or if you want to take some time off straight out of high school, just know that you want deep inside your heart something you've always wanted to accomplish. Doing that will always pay off 100 times more than just going to college because of other people, because your parents, your family, your friends are telling you should go, because other people are telling you that your dream, that going for your dreams aren't going to work out. Just taking that route will pay off 100 times more, I'm telling you right now. So take that advice with you. If there's something that drives you crazy and you're super obsessed with it, or something else that you really want to do but it's outside of the norm, just go for that first, because college will always be there. Now, on the flip side, if you're someone who really wants to work a career in a field or an organization, and there's nothing wrong with that, if you're that person who really wants to work for something else, like for a company, and you need a higher degree in order to get to that company, in order to be there and work for them, then definitely go to college straight out of high school. Go for that, because college is great if you're going to be using your degree for a career, for something that you want. That's why it's there. That's why getting that higher degree opens up doors, opens up opportunities, gets you a higher salary. There are some jobs out there, some careers out there that require a higher degree. So if you already know what you want, if you're set on it in high school, if you need a degree to become an engineer or to become something in the biomedical field, then go for that degree, because obviously that's the next step in your process. Now, the finance point that I want to cover when it comes to whether or not you should go to college and whether it's right or not for you is, if you have to take out hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of dollars in student loans in order to go to college, don't do it. Okay, I'm telling you right now, don't do it. Because number one, there's a lot of different trades that you can follow. If your main goal is just to make money in life, and what career should I get just to make money, you don't have any other idea of what you want to do, then you don't need to go into so much debt in order to get a high-paying job. You can learn how to do a skill that will make you money faster and without all the debt that a college degree can possibly get you. So if you're contemplating whether or not you should go to school, and finance-wise, you're going to be getting yourself into hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of dollars of debt in order to get that 4-year degree, don't go right off the bat. It's not worth it. Getting that degree is good, and getting that degree is worth it, but only if you don't have to bury yourself in debt in order to make that degree happen. Because at the end of the day, once you graduate, if you still have all those student loans, if you weren't blessed with college scholarships, grants, FAFSA, financial aid, then it's really not worth your time or worth your energy to go into all that debt, because once you do end up graduating, you still know in the back of your mind that whatever base salary you get off the bat, you're gonna have to pay those loans off in the long run, and if you don't, then you're obviously gonna have to pass that down to your kids, and that's not a good situation. But I do want to say there are a lot of ways around getting out of debt, getting over debt, and getting through college student loan debt. So look into your options, but if you're trying to get into that debt right away, let me tell you, just reconsider your options, because you do have options. Now, the next thing that I want to mention is that if you're someone coming out of high school, or if you're 18, 19, 20 years old, you have absolutely nothing going on in life, you have absolutely no idea what you want to do in life, and you're contemplating whether or not you should go to college as a beginning point of your journey, then I definitely say go to college. The reason why I say that is because a lot of people will tell you that don't go to college, it's a scam, don't go to college, the degree's not worth it, you're gonna get in debt, you're gonna get in this, you're gonna get in that. But I'm telling you right now, go to college if you have nothing else going on in life, because not only are you gonna meet a lot of people which you can learn from them, and you can learn what you want to be doing in life off of those people, but you're gonna be exposed to a lot of different groups, a lot of different activities, a lot of different people who can share their journey with you. And then through that process, you're gonna navigate yourself to a point where you're gonna know what you want to do with your life. So it's simple as that. Now, another thing I want to mention, just based off of my experience, is if you're considering whether or not you should go to college, and then your next step is deciding whether or not you should go to a four-year university, a CSU if you're in California, UC, or if you should go to a community college, then honestly ask yourself this: if you go to a four-year university, will you have to pay a lot of money? And then ask yourself if you're trying to live the full college experience. Now, let's get into step one, which is, do you have to use a lot of money to go to college? If that's the case, don't go to a four-year university right away. Go to a community college for your first 2 years, because you're gonna save a shit ton, and the learning experience is very, very similar. And me as a fifth-year student, I've learned that, and I've learned from a lot of community college students who have transferred to my college, who have transferred to Sac State, that their learning experience was very similar to mine, and they didn't have to pay a lot of money for their first 2 years. Now, the second thing is that if you're trying to live the full college experience. Now, me, I'm married. Okay, I'm married, and I've been with the same girl, with my wife, since I was 17 years old, and since the beginning of me starting college. But throughout that 3-4 years of high school where I was contemplating whether or not I should go, I would always say I really want that full college experience. I want to live in the dorms, I want to go to parties, I want to be in groups, I want to go on trips, I want to have fun. And now in retrospect, looking back at it, I'm glad everything turned out the way it did, because I'm married to the girl that I love, and just things have played out the way I wanted it, but I didn't see it at the time. But if you're someone who also has those types of wants, as I did in high school, then you're gonna want to go to college, to a four-year university, because you will get that full college experience. You could figure out how to dorm, you could figure out different groups you want to be with. But if you're not trying to do that, again, like the first thing, if you're not trying to pay a lot of money, and then if you don't really care for the college experience, you're just going for your degree, then don't go to a four-year university, go to a community college. Because again, not only are you gonna save money, but going to a community college, you literally just go to school and back. You don't need all the extra shit. And going back to why I'm glad everything went out the way it did, is because even though I go to a four-year university, even though I go to Sac State, I don't really live the college lifestyle. And I realize now, looking back, that I never wanted to live that college lifestyle. Partying every day, living in the dorms, being with a bunch of fake friends. I didn't want to do all that. So I'm glad everything turned out the way it did. And if you want that, it's all cool. But that's just from my experience. The last thing that I want to say, whether or not you should go to college or not, if you're contemplating it, is if you work super fucking hard in high school in order to go to college, to get a degree, then do it, then go. Because I personally was in the group of people in high school who worked hard as hell in order to get into college. And now, me being 5 years in, I'm glad that I went. Because even though a lot of people back when I was 17 years old applying to colleges, applying to UCs, to universities, told me that I shouldn't be going because I'm gonna get in debt, because it's not worth it, because it's gonna take too long. Even though I had all those people doubting me and telling me that I shouldn't go, I still made my high school self proud. The high school self of me who was working all day and night in order to get accepted into a college, in order to make my family proud. And I made that decision for myself. I went against everyone who was telling me not to go. So if you're someone who's worked super hard in high school in order to go to college, or someone who has a great work ethic and wants to make yourself proud, then go, because it will be worth it in the long run. It's a small sacrifice for a big gain. No one can ever take that college degree away from you once you get it. So with that being said, that concludes this video. I know I've been talking a lot about day trading, a lot about entrepreneurship, but this video is for those of you who are contemplating whether or not you should go to college. And if you are an entrepreneur right now, I hope this helps you out, because you should never let anyone tell you you shouldn't do something if if it's what you want. And if you are an entrepreneur, make sure you follow what you want to do first before going to college, because if you're just doing it for other people, if you're doing it for reasons that don't really involve you, then it's not going to be worth your time, worth your energy, or worth your money. So thank you again for watching, and I will catch you in tomorrow's video.